Bookstore here in Pflugerville. Pflugerville's only indie bookstore, the Book Burrow. We're in downtown Pflugerville. When I first started this bookstore, it was March 2021, and I had opened up this bookstore in my garage, online. I was pretty much solely online. And then I realized in order to get to the people, you have to be where the people are. The people are not in my garage. I learned that. And so we evolved from an online bookstore to a pop-up bookstore. And we started popping up everywhere in Pflugerville that people would allow us to. And then we were able to raise up enough money to rent out the back break room of another business. When that business went out of business, we moved in with our friends at the Three-Legged Goat. Now our current space is this 401 West Pecan, Suite G. So if you know right where the Merc is, we're right behind the Merc. And the great thing about this space is it is our own space. It is our first space that is just ours, that we're not renting from somebody else. And it's not my garage. And we've been there for about 2 years. So now we are an in-person bookstore where you can walk in the front door and you are walking into the bookstore. So the entire bookstore has just evolved the entirety of our existence. So it's a Pokemon. Our phrase is for the bookstore is embrace your weird. And what that means to us, and I guess it could change based on who you talk to, but embrace your weird is embrace what makes you special, embrace what makes you unique. We are that place where we want everybody who walks into our doors to be who they want to be. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, what does it matter? If we are too serious, then life isn't fun. Life is too scary to not have a little bit of fun. I mean, there's a time and a place to be serious. And yes, you can be serious and be professional. But you can also be silly and be professional. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so my name is Shanaz Ikone. I am a licensed professional counselor, speaker, and consultant. I own and operate a private practice here in Pflugerville, Texas. And the goal of my business is to combat the global mental health crisis through counseling, advocacy, and education. And I love offering this to corporate wellness, workshop series, keynote speakers. Oftentimes when we injure our body, say we're walking and we trip and we fracture our leg or our knee, we go to the doctor and then we get it assessed and there's all these treatment plans and, here's the protocol. But then when we start to isolate ourselves or we're starting to have these dark thoughts or we're feeling lonely or we don't feel like we're good enough, it's all internalized, and yet that impacts so many things about their life and all the hats that these people wear. And so part of the mission of my business is to remind them that they're not alone, that their mental health is just as important as their physical health. And so as a therapist and speaker of color, I want to make sure that people feel included and seen so that they don't have to carry those family burdens or those mistaken beliefs about themselves, that they can actually go get therapy or support or join a group and feel better, and also spread that across their community, that healing is available. Yeah, I would say the vision over the next 3 to 5 years is to grow into like an e-commerce space where I'm selling my merchandise and products across the world so that people can have access to tools, resources, e-guides. I also love to do guided meditations, and I have a lot of clients asking for that. So having a hub resource for clients as well as corporations, being able to have an impact and a legacy where people know that, hey, that I had that therapist like 10 years ago, and that one conversation really changed how I looked at something, right? I hope that I can just like sprinkle in a little bit of love and hope in their world so that they know that they can do anything, that, whatever they're going through doesn't mean it's the end for them. A lot of times people might be taking things and really holding on to it. So I really want them to speak and have the courage to reduce the shame around getting the help.
What I'm most excited about Venture Fest is really the community connection. I have been in Pflugerville since 2016, and I'm still surprised by all the new people that I meet. And this just gives me another opportunity to do that. So yes, there's the learnings and there's all the classes and there's all the presentations, but to build and to meet new people, that is absolutely that's the sauce. That is the secret sauce. The community is the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. When you have that something in you that says you have an idea or you have something that you want to bring to fruition. I love what you said earlier about surrounding yourself with people who encourage you. So I think that part is key. And if you surround yourself also with other entrepreneurs, they get it. They'll get it. Yeah. And they'll be like, yes, been there. And it just helps all that much more.
And I think it hits differently when you have a friend in business where you can call and they pick up, they're like, yes, slow down, take a breath. Then you're overthinking it. Yeah, you can cry on the phone, you can yell, all the things, and still be seen and heard, and then still walk away with another idea instead of one, and then flip it and then do something.
I think this particular program gives that opportunity to build those connections so that you can have that. I think one of the best tools that I have in my toolbox are my other entrepreneur friends. And I think that when you are networking and you're walking around in this capacity and going through Venture Fest, that you're gonna say, this is somebody who I'd like to keep in my toolbox.
So I would always say, bring your business cards, be open to whoever you're connecting with, and then set up a time in your schedule. I call it Follow-Up Friday. So every Friday, follow up with 3 people that you meet, send them a message, keep the relationship warm, meet them up for coffee. I'd love to meet up with you guys.
Yeah, we got each other's numbers, so don't worry.
And I think what you said is key, right? Because a lot of times we'll pass cards and we just go home with a pocket full of cards, right? And then you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. If this is truly something that you want to foster a relationship, then be intentional about it. If you say you're going to follow up, do it.
Enjoy Venture Fest!